just when Xbox seemed like it was making that transition, or at least in the process of making that transition, they decide to spike up their price. A piece of me want to go ahead and say I blame the Steam machine.
Imagine being able to...
But I don't know. And I get it. I get why Xbox would raise their prices just to stay up with every other console, to let people know the value they should have for their console is up there with other consoles. But then again, the Steam machine really isn't a console. A lot of people are like, oh, well, it's not a console, it's a PC. But I do believe with the Steam machine, it's built for those console players. Because if that was the case, you should just get a PC. But let's see what's going on, man. Let's see what's going on. Whoa, hello.
Well, we do have some actually confirmed bad Xbox news this week. Unfortunately, in fact, as of this morning, we didn't have to wait. This didn't break after the podcast like the bad news typically does, but it's not great. Xbox is raising console prices again, third time.
Oh, they raised it 3 times? Oh, look at that. We're right on the spot. Okay, Microsoft has announced significant price rises for Xbox consoles, blaming the ongoing and will increase by 100 for that storage, man. The storage is what is really, and I understand that storage is such a big deal, because nowadays 512 gigabytes, you'll be lucky if you could download maybe 3 good games on your console. If that, because and a part of me kind of want to blame the game on the gaming developers making that much, taking up that much storage, making the game. A piece of me want to say that, but I get it. That's about to be my favorite word, that they want to make a good game. And to make a good game, you have to have this type of storage, because every component that they add, and at least that I've figured out or found out, that every coding, each storage thing, it's its own saved thing. And it's crazy until you really kind of look at how a game is made, you'll know why it's like this. But man, what a jump, man. What a jump. Just 1 terabyte increases by 50. Holy baloney. That's a whole 100 from 512 gigabytes to 1 terabyte is a whole $100 jump. And then it just adds on. Oh, the X jumps up a whole nother 200? Oh no, that's about 150.
It's a lot.
Man.
$100 price increase for 512 gig models, which is the Series S 512. $150 price increase for the 1 terabyte models. The 2 terabyte Xbox Series X that nobody was buying anyway because it was already too damn expensive, it's just discontinued. It's just gone. So here's where we stand. The Series X behind me that I've had for 5.5 plus years, that I paid $500 for.
Same.
5.5 years ago, is now $800.
Get a PC. Get a PC, man. Look, if you're spending around that 800 mark, look, save your money. You might well just go ahead and get the Steam. But then again, you are paying for storage, man. So yeah, I would go with whatever console you were either grew up on, because the funds are tight for a lot of people, man. It's tough. Well, let's start even here, man. Make responsible financial decisions. Okay, let's start with that. All right. If you're spending the rest of what's in your bank account for a console, look, get it together. All right. Unless you're a streamer or something, then maybe you could take that risk. But don't spend your last bit of money on buying a console, man. Seriously. These prices are insane, man. But honestly, go with whichever one, whatever console you grew up on that has the most storage. That'll probably be your best bet if you have
Series
the right
X
funds.
1 terabyte digital edition, so no disk drive, $750. Series S, 512 gig, the cheapest Series S that you can get.
Yeah.
$500. And
For the cheapest one, man.
so $500 is the cheapest way in, and that was the.
You could get
the
a solid
top
3
end
games
of
on
the
there though.
Xbox market.
Honestly,
5.5 years ago. Anyway.
to be fair though, most people aren't playing that many games. Many people probably only stick to 1 or 2 games. To be fair, and you could always delete it and download it right back. I mean, suck to do that, but you could always do that. So to be fair, 2 to 3 games, depending on the type of games that you play. Because if you're playing if you're playing GTA 6, you're probably going to be playing that. That's probably going to be your main game. You ain't going to even, this is such an open world game and such a grindy game that you probably won't even have time to play other games if you're playing Grand Theft Auto 6. Because you're going to be grinding to keep up with the lobbies and other players. And that's my personal opinion.
And if you happen to want a 1 terabyte Series S, that will set you back $600. American inflated dollars. I don't even know where to start with this. Miranda, I'll just throw it to you to make some sense of this, please.
Yeah, so at least you have until August 1st if you really wanted an Xbox right this moment for some reason.
Straight up though, man.
Didn't have one. My first thought, one, aside from it being
right in June, man,
a bit absurd, like the just tech right now is just absurd across the board. I think Apple also just announced some price hikes as well. Yeah. One thing that we've been kind of wondering, or at least me and some of my folks have been wondering, is how much the Xbox Series X25 limited edition console is going to cost.
Oh boy!
And now we know.
Oh yeah, that one. It doesn't even have that price.
$800 minimum, and that's. It's just weird to see that
limited edition one, man.
Like something that I purchased so long ago and accrued so much.
Are they even gonna make the? I ain't gonna lie, them Xboxes do look really, really good. But I mean, to be, are people really gonna buy the limited edition? I mean, unless if you got the if you got the funds to do it, get the best one that you can get. I mean, it makes sense to get the best one that you get. I think why a lot of people too are just like overwhelmed when seeing these prices is just like, who do you think you're selling these games to? Because most of the time, the people that are making lots of money, that's making that big profit, really don't play video games. But they might buy them for their kids, but they're not really buying video because they're most of the time, the game for them is working. They're working on making revenue, making money. Like the players that are playing the consoles, we're playing consoles. We ain't working. We broke. Look, most of us is like that scene off a lottery. You like, I'm broke. And you could change that, Cal. Like, that's how a lot of people are. It's just in that space, at least gamers. But I get it too. That with these consoles now are the new careers. So in retrospect, it's not bad. It's just what you do with your gaming console. And matter of fact, I'll say this right now. If you're going to go ahead and make that investment of paying almost $800 to $1,000 for any console or even a PC with a Steam machine, stream. Just stream yourself playing the game now. Just log in on your YouTube or Twitch, turn that thing on, play your game. See what happens. Who knows? You might can make a career out of it. You might not, but it won't hurt anything. It really won't.
Value, but it's just like also, it's just silly. Like it's going. We've said that before, right? When the last hikes happened, it's like the price is going the wrong way, guys. This is just wild.
They gotta make their money though, man.
It's like, well, the component crisis. It's like that we said it last time. It's like, but you guys are contributing to this, and it's just very stressful and kind of wild that even though that they are part of the problem, they can't even have a solution for that themselves. I don't know. I think
Look
too,
at that, man.
They're putting themselves in such a strange place. One thing that I noticed, and actually my partner called out too,
they really are.
And he said, "Oh, hey, they have the announcement out about these prices, but it's telling they didn't even list the actual numbers of the increase. They just list how much they will be increased by. So it's like, here's like 100 to 150 increases across these various consoles, eliminating
They're
the
embarrassed
2 terabyte.
by the actual price now.
The full cost, yeah. Like, I would be too. And their post ended off too by saying, it's like,
Because am I tripping, or is the only thing that you're really paying for is the storage, right? There's no other thing that you're really paying for. Like, is the graphics going to be that much of a difference between the $500, $800 one? It's just a storage,
I have a lot of,
right?
like, great games coming this year, and then GTA is like a footnote in there, and I think that's something that's also we can talk about later about like how GTA is just not really being associated with the Xbox. So it's like even more reasons to be like concerned that this is just going up and up and up.
That's another thing that is so interesting, man. What a time for Xbox that are thinking. I thought the battle between Xbox and PlayStation was over. I thought it was like, okay, let bygones be bygones. Okay, white flags on Xbox, like, yeah, we don't want to do this anymore. But it seems like Xbox still have that console war where it wants to battle against PlayStation. But right now, man, the state of Xbox, it's like you're battling against PlayStation, and them having GTA 6 looking to be a little bit more on their side, Rockstar being a little bit more on that PlayStation side, and PlayStation giving out that statement like, you want the best experience of GTA 6, play our console. It really puts Xbox in an interesting position that let's raise our prices, and nobody's like, oh, I can't wait to play GTA 6 on Xbox. I have not to say it like that, but I haven't heard it. Like, nobody's. I think I got one friend that plays Xbox, and no one plays with him. But no, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Not a good look.
Oh man, Xbox. Oh no.
Wow, you hate to see it. What can you say? The 512 Series S is now the same price as a 1 terabyte Series X cost at launch. So congrats to all of you owners of these consoles who bought them on launch day. It was a great investment. Time to sell high, right?
Who needs GameStop stock? I got day one consoles, baby.
Dude, Ryan is swimming in cash now. It's crazy, but not to make light of a pretty dire situation, but you look at it and you can't help but laugh. Like,
I gotta see what mine is. How much
things continue to
storage
rise.
I got on mine. I might mess around, and if somebody like Xbox, man, I sell mine
for
real,
their price increases. And if
I
you listen
really
to
I don't think I got a lot of storage on mine.
You know what I'm saying? If you listen to Beyond, they have talked about this as well. Like, everyone's getting hit, and we're talking about we're going to be talking about the Steam Machine pricing as well.
Yeah, those sculptors about to go crazy right now. The ones that bought a whole bunch before,
it ain't so bad after
they
all.
about to be selling the heck out of those, Joe.
That doesn't change the fact that everything increasing in price is very, very bad. When we're talking about the RAM price increases and the stock shortages, like, this is the tangible effect of that happening when AI data centers are gobbling up all of the hardware needed to run those data centers and all those AI models that nobody uses, that doesn't work, that is a waste of resources. This is also the cost that comes with it. Yes, there's environmental impact. Artists' ideas are being stolen. Also, your damn hardware.
And that's so real what he's saying, man. The AI right now, those data centers are taking up so much of the technology used to run those things. And this is we're just seeing the beginning for real, man. But I do believe a lot of businesses are seeing how expensive AI can be. And a lot of businesses, I heard that there was some business that did see how expensive with the AI and stuff that they were using, that they had to go back to rehiring people. Like, and I can't imagine, them a company reaching out after me after they've done laid me off, and they're reaching back out like, yeah, yo, what we had planned with the AI didn't work. I'm gonna need you to come back, bro. The negotiation that you're gonna have to pay me for me to come back, especially if I got a specific skill that you have to replace me with AI. Oh yeah, man, you better come with something sweet, something. Annual income that when you say it just gives me chills. I would need something like that.
It's so much more expensive.
I really
now.
would.
You could barely get your hands on it.
You ain't about to replace me by the AI.
You look at the Xbox
like, yeah, it didn't work
post,
right.
They got these things on layaway now. You can get now and pay later. That's how bad this stuff has gotten, man.
The 80s are back, baby.
Oh my god! Yeah, listen, I said
I think the price of
that
stuff is going to drop. It's going to drop.
So,
Not right now, it ain't. but in the
yeah,
future,
I
it will
remember
drop.
getting toys for Christmas on layaway. That was pretty sweet back then, man. And we're kind of like back to that, model now because no one can afford it at face value anymore. Or they're like, we're looking at refurbished. Like, Microsoft ain't making money off the secondhand market, right? I'm on Facebook Marketplace looking for hardware now because I ain't buying it straight out of manufacturers. You just can't afford it, man. And so, I don't know. And in a way, like, part of it is Microsoft's fault, Xbox's fault, right? You know, they're part of the problem with pushing their AI initiatives, right? But Xbox is a brand, like their hand has kind of been forced. If they want to keep selling consoles, like they kind of can't keep manufacturing them, selling them at a steeper loss because to build new ones, it's so much more expensive than it used to be.
That is true.
It's both, right?
That's such a hard thing. I think is any business of creating. Do you want to go that route of increasing prices to create more, or do you stick to what you got and sell that at the rate which is affordable? I mean, I believe that people are going to buy what they want. They're going to buy what gives them the best value because everything now, literally, you're looking at it as an asset or a liability. And if it could be a great asset, people are going to want the best thing that they can get. If it's a liability and it's going to be a distraction, people are like, I'm not going to buy that. Or if it's just not worth buying because it just doesn't offer what everything offered, they're going to be like, well, I might as well go to the other thing because it's offering more. And it's hard for any business to kind of decipher like, okay, do we keep that low price so people could buy ours? But you look at the competition, they got it just a extra like $50 and it's better. What you gonna do? That's such a hard call, man. It's a really hard call.
And then, like, for them to manufacture these things, it's just so expensive for them to put out. Unfortunately, we have to eat the cost of that if you're buying consoles. Thankfully, I think most people who listen to this already have their Xboxes, so maybe you don't need to worry about that. But again, it is indicative of the future. And
I think the best thing, I think that move, that the power play that Xbox is doing, I think the best thing that they could do probably, and I'm no business savvy or anything like that, but straight up make some of them games exclusive. And I think that's what they're doing. If I'm not mistaken. But oh no, was Fable? I think Fable was Fable PlayStation. Was it Xbox exclusive? I can't remember if Fable was Xbox exclusive, but because I think I did see it on PlayStation to buy on PlayStation. I think if Xbox was just like, you know what, we're gonna have these top tier exclusive games that people know, maybe give them that nostalgia feel, or they don't have to, it's not just out of random, but this game right here is a goated game, but it's an Xbox exclusive, but they kind of gave up Halo, so that puts them in a little bit of a dagger. Man, Halo wasn't doing that well, because it took a nasty little beating after another games came out, but if they were able to come out with some exclusive games that was like the top tier of Xbox, I think that could put Xbox in a somewhat good position, but only time will tell.
Coming out now that this is going to last throughout 2027, which is probably going to line up with the Helix launch. So if you might not worry about it now because like, hey, I got what I need. Well, when new consoles come out 2 years from now or a year and a half from now, it's going to be a whole lot more expensive too then, and it's not going to be alleviated till maybe in 2028, even if that. So
that was Micron, a memory manufacturer, had their financial results, and the CEO was his estimate was that it might start to ease up in 2028.
I don't know if it's going
to like a month ago.
We would hope.
During our predictions show for the showcase. By the way, the showcase feels like a year ago.
It does.
Already.
It does.
It already feels like it was a year ago.
When was that?
And my prediction / wish cast of Asha announcing a, just like a little goodwill $25, maybe $50 price cut. That seems extra funny and extra stupid at this point.
It made so much sense at the time.
You want a $50 price cut? How about a $150 price increase? Can I interest you in that?
That I don't even think we have to really go any farther from there, man. Of what's happening, man. You invest in what you can afford. I think that's probably the best thing you can. If you don't like Xbox, don't get Xbox. But if you like Xbox, and I think that's what anything, because it could be the same thing for PlayStation. If you like a certain console, you're probably going to get that particular console because that's the console that you like to play with. Me personally, I really don't play Xbox. I don't like the controller. I mean, they got a little bit smaller with it. Before it was just like, man, you were just holding, just something, just ugh. But I grew up with PlayStation. I like PlayStation a lot better. So if you like Xbox, I'm sure you'll probably end up making that purchase or that investment. If you're an Xbox player, same thing. If you're a PlayStation player, go ahead and get the PlayStation Pro. I mean, that's probably what you're probably spending around, $800 for the PlayStation Pro. Or you could wait until the Steam machine. Whatever one that probably best fits your style, look at it as an investment, as an asset toward whatever you got going on. Especially if you're dealing with a lot of work with PC, the Steam machine might be the best thing. Because if I'm not mistaken, you can still run it as a PC. But y'all, let me know what y'all think, man. Any Xbox players plan to play that $800? You plan to go ahead and make that, upgrade from the Xbox that you have now? Or you going to switch to PC? Or you're going to go ahead and make that transition, that real big transition, over to the PlayStation side? Because it could really go either way on how you would want to do this, man. It's just... man.